this is what it looks like. Ta-da! I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna make a Superman hoodie. And before you know it, you have an incredible piece of art. Hey, what do you want for Christmas? I want you to have a prosperous future. And I'm like, I can't buy that for Christmas. This is what it looks like. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today is the second smidgezz YouTube video. And I've got something very special for you. Yeah, the journal is back. Today, I'm giving you 6.5 DIY Christmas gift ideas. Now, obviously, technically, these work all year round, but hey, it's December. All of these are with stuff that you probably have lying around. And if not, the materials are very cheap and easy to get at any craft store. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, a plushie keychain. I love using up scrap fabric, so this is one of the best ways to do that. So what you're gonna need for this is an old keychain or keychain pieces if you already have that. Fabric, buttons, needle and thread, fabric glue. Now, first off, you want to figure out what the hell you're even going to make into a plushie. So get out some pen and paper and start doodling. You can obviously copy or mimic someone else's design if you want, especially if it's just like for you or a friend. But part of the fun here is coming up with something that you want to make into a plushie. Now, if your friend has an OC, this is perfect. Or if there's a little creature in a show that you want to mimic, unless you're just awesome and you know from the get-go what you want to do. Then once you've got that, step 2 is to get all of your fabric together. So I really like the texture of denim, and I've got loads of denim left, so I'm going to use that up. I'm going to sketch it out and cut out with seam allowance what I want my base to be. I feel like the easier you make it for yourself by making the body all one piece instead of doing like a separate head and all that, it's so much easier that way. And also it's a style that I think looks cute. I want to use this fabric as like accent pieces and stuff, maybe little accessories. So once you've cut out all of your pieces that you know you're going to need, and for me, I'm going to pick out some buttons for the eyes. Now it's the best part. It's decorating time. It's much easier if you decorate the front and back pieces separately and then sew them together. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my little face. You can add more detail than this if you want. It's genuinely up to you. But 1, I think it kind of looks cute the less features it has, and 2, this is a gift for someone, so the less detail I add, the less opportunity there is for me to mess it up and make it look bad. I'm making this for Iris, and whenever she goes out, she always wears scarves like up to here, so it makes sense. It's time to start assembling. Pieces assemble. The way I usually do like plushies like this, like I did for the cat plushie in this video, is you sew around the edge and then leave a gap and then turn it inside out and stuff it. But I'm not gonna turn it inside out. I'm gonna leave it raw. I'm just gonna go around the edge, leave a gap though, so that I can stuff it. I have stuffing that I got from a recycling place, but this is another opportunity to add scrap fabric inside tiny little bits that you think you're not gonna use them as stuffing. Once you finish stuffing, it should look like this. I'm going to add a little tab from fabric so that I can thread the keychain bit onto. Now we're just going to go ahead and add that keychain bit to it. This is what it looks like. Ta-da! Do we like it? Will you be making it? Let me know. Next up. Now this was inspired by Steal the Spotlight. I love her. I've loved her for ages. She made this TikTok. She was also inspired by someone else. So there's like a train of inspiration going on, but that's the beauty of arts and crafts, I guess. Okay, these first 2 are actually for Iris, but I do have other friends, guys, and you'll see from the rest of this list. Her favorite character probably of all time is Chia, and her shelf in her room right now and her bag, it's giving Eater bag, so I feel like this is right up her street. So what you're gonna need for this: ribbon that has like wire on the sides. It's for making bows and stuff. You're gonna need to print out your character. You're gonna need a safety pin, some felt, and Pringles. We need the plastic, the lid. First off, I'm going to print out and cut around the photo of Chia that I'm going to use. I'm going to put it inside the Pringles thing. We're going to fold the ribbon around. This is one of those things where it's harder for me to explain and I should just roll a montage. Smidge, make me a circle, me talking to myself. Make me a circle bouncing around, giving all of this commentary. Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. Wait. And then no way. And then it looks like, wow. At the end, I'm going to add a safety pin to the back by gluing some felt onto the back and then threading the safety pin through so that it works properly. But also, you can hang it up in your room. It's one of those things that's versatile. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Okay, number 3. We're getting the clay out. Woo! Oh my god, I've just realized there's another DIY I've been missing. You're getting 7. I'll do the 2 clay DIYs together. That makes it easier for all of us. Number 3 is a clay calendar. You'll need air dry clay, paint, glaze, stickers if you want, I guess. This gets a little teeny tiny bit confusing. Or maybe it was just confusing to me. Basically, here are some inspiration pictures. You could kind of make it related to your friend's interests. I'm gonna do a little cat. Who doesn't like cats? First off, we're getting straight stuck in there. I'm gonna mold the shape of a cat. Then next up, you're gonna need to make the cubes. So you're gonna make 2 cubes, and you're probably thinking, how the hell is that gonna have enough numbers? Well, look at this handy dandy guide I saw. It makes sense now. But at first I was like, wait, how do you make enough numbers? It's a 6-sided shape. The 6 and the 9, you can flip them upside down. It works, trust. For the months at the bottom, you're gonna need to make 3 rectangular tubes. And then once that's done, your clay should look like this. Now, once you leave that to dry for like a day, you can go ahead and start painting. This is the fun part. Again, the less detail I add, the less mistakes I'm gonna make. Here's how the cat's looking. Now again, once you leave that to dry, let's just give it another day to be sure. We're gonna add a glaze on top. You can get matte and glossy varnish. It's different. This is what it looks like. What the freak? Next, keeping with the clay, a camera clay frame. Wait, a clay camera frame. One of my friends loves photography. This is kind of similar to the last one. Obviously, the process is kind of similar. You make the shape, the opening where you're going to put the Polaroid picture. Just go ahead and make it a little bit bigger than you think. Leaving that to dry again for a whole day. Next, we're going to come back and we're going to paint it. I'm going to make it look like a cute little camera. And then again, leaving it to dry for another day and adding a glaze. Wow. Do you like it? Next one, a custom hoodie / merch. Now, I do have a whole 2 videos on DIY merch ideas. This is one of the pieces I made in the first one. It's very fun. This is not just a video promo. I'm gonna make a Superman hoodie. I saw this picture, which is actually on Pinterest, but it's from TikTok. My friend Rowan loved the new Superman movie, so it's only fair. Also, I feel like she would genuinely love this, and genuinely wear it. So what you're gonna need is a blank jumper for the base. It can be any color. I'm gonna keep it this white theme, and you're gonna need different color fabric, so you can put whatever you want. I'm just gonna talk through the Superman design I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need blue fabric, red fabric, and yellow fabric. They can either be plain, but I really like this patchwork pattern design, so I'm gonna run with that. Here's all the fabric I ended up picking out. I, for once in my life, didn't have a plain hoodie to customize, so I went on Vinted and I found a really cheap one for £1. That's awesome. I'm gonna get all of my fabrics together. I'm gonna cut out the pieces. And before you know it, you have an incredible piece of art. Yeah, this is what it looks like, and I really hope she likes it. There is kind of like a 4.5 of this. We're gonna make a Star Wars hoodie every year without fail. I say to my dad, hey, what do you want for Christmas? He's like, no, I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I don't want a gift. I want you to be happy. I want you to have a prosperous future. And I'm like, I can't buy that for Christmas. He's like, okay, fine. Don't buy anything. Make me something. So I was like, oh my god. You know what he keeps doing? He keeps wearing my hoodie that you can buy on smidgezz.shop, by the way. He keeps wearing my hoodie around the house. Okay, I'm gonna make him a new hoodie to replace that, and I can have my old one back. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut out the t-shirt design and slap it on the hoodie. Again, I didn't have a blank hoodie for this, so I got a cheap one off Vinted for £1. I'm going to pin it where I want it to be. And then we're going to sew around the edge, just like so. La, 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 la. This is what it looks like. Okay, this next one's really fun. A zine. Make your friend a zine. Hey, maybe you don't have fabric. Maybe you don't have clay. But you know what you probably do have? Paper. Make a paper zine. I usually do these for friends' birthdays. I did one for Iris's and Rowan's birthday. And it's fun to make a little mini book of memories and stuff like that. And now that is a really good shout. But this time, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. My friend Meebs, we've been friends for 5 years. And an inside joke that we've had together is that I honestly think that her tweets are the funniest thing on planet Earth. But they're not main tweets. It's just a private account for me and 2 other people. And over the years, I've kept a thread and catalogued all of these tweets that I think are hilarious. But this time, I need to up my game, and I think it would be so funny if I made a zine of all of her best tweets. So for this, you're gonna need basically any and all materials that you have, because the more fun stuff you stick on it, the better. And honestly, it's so much fun to make. You can do anything. So first of all, actually, I need to print off all the tweets and cut them out. To make the base of the zine, using an A4, I'm gonna show you what the general gist is. So you fold it, and then you fold it, and then you fold it, and then you cut it, and then you do this. And it makes a book. But obviously that's too small for what I want. You could use A3 paper, but I don't have A3, so I'm just gonna tape paper together. Once you've got your base with the zine, it's just about going page by page and decorating as if it was a notebook. Okay, this last one. Remember what I said about my dad? Yeah. The other thing that he always asks me for is to make music with him. If you didn't know, I make music. And on the last album, we made 2 songs together. And so he keeps asking every single freaking birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, please, can we make more music? So I think it would be cute if one of his gifts is a voucher. I'm gonna make one that's a ticket, because a concert ticket, a voucher redeem for a day of making music together. So basically, once you know what you want to do, a lot of it is just cutting and sticking paper. It's yay, I like to cut and stick and glue and yay. But honestly, yeah, yay. Yes, yay. Not ashamed to be yay. It's okay to be yay. People are yay, get over it. Sorry. Yeah, and this is how it turns out. I think that brings us to the end. If you have any suggestions, guys, leave some other inspiration in the comments for people to find. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Check out my shop. I'm selling outfits. I'm selling clothes. I'm doing a series called Streamless where I stream 12 festive streams with a lot of community interaction. You can win a Christmas present from me. It's a really fun time. So go check that out. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 PM GMT over on Twitch. I've got like none of your attention span left. So bye.